And good morning. My Jeep, April 13th, Tuesday, 2021. And I've already done some work today. It's about 11 o'clock or so. I'm getting ready to change out the shock. And I may go ahead and put the lower control arm in the rear. That's the rough country shock and lift kit for the rear of the vehicle. That's what I'm starting on now. And I just got the wheel off. I'm doing a little cleanup because it's kind of dirty back here. Cleaned everything down with a degreaser. And anyway, I'm fixing to take the shock out, the spring out, and I'll probably go ahead and do that lower control arm. Now, I didn't get the upper control arms. That's something I'll probably do later. But one thing I do need to, I've got to get me another, you can see the damage to this skid plate. I've talked about this in earlier videos. I'm going to change the skid plate out, and hopefully the tank doesn't have too much of a dent in it. But anyway, that'll be another project. Anyway, that's an update. My Jeep for now. Paul Stevens out. Remember, the white bull is for sale if anybody's interested. Nice bike. It needs to be ridden. And this is a My Jeep update. Still Tuesday, April 13th. 2021, and again run into some roadblocks. This time it's just bolts that don't want to break loose. Probably never been broken loose since manufactured in 2004 or whenever. Anyway, I'm having trouble. I didn't have any problem on the shock, the top bolt on the shock. It came right out. This one on the bottom, I'm gonna try using 2 pipe wrenches and see if that'll work. I couldn't break it with my breaker bar and the impact wrench, and I haven't been able to break these bolts yet in the lower control arm. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna take a break because I've been at it for about 2 hours. Haven't made much headway, but that's the way it goes. It's my Jeep out. My Jeep update. Still Tuesday, April 13th. Yeah, I haven't made much headway. As I said earlier, I've run into some roadblocks. It's gotten worse. The bolt from the top of the shock come out real easy, but now I started grinding these bottom nut, because it just rounded off. I've tried my breaker bars, my impact wrench, 2 pipe wrenches, and all it did was round the, you see what it did to the heads of the nut and the bolt. So the next thing, I started grinding, and I hit that I think this, I hope that's coming out of the, I don't know where that looks like, looks like it's coming out of the bottom of the shock. Hell, it looks more like brake fluid, but I didn't hit the brake line or anything, so I don't know where that's coming from. Anyway, that's something I'm gonna have to check out. I just got the brakes fixed on this damn thing. I don't know if they're there's any kind of fluid in these shocks or not. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm held up by bolts, and this thing has probably hadn't been worked on since it was put together back here in the rear end since 2004. That's my Jeep update out for now. Good afternoon, my Jeep update and close out for today. As you can see, I finally got that shock out, but it was you know what. I had to cut the bolt off. I tried grinding it off, but I was having a hard time getting in there with the grinder, so I just got my saw, had a metal blade. It took a little while. That was a hard bolt, but I got through it. Got it out. Anyway, I got it all buttoned up. It's about 4 o'clock, and it beat me up again trying to get them damn bolts out. But what I did is I got the shock out, and I got the sway bar bolts loose, but I still don't have that lower control on it. Those bolts are in there pretty good. I sprayed them real good. I'm hoping tomorrow I can break them loose, because I'd like to get that done, get the new shock in, get the lift in. I need to get that spring out, clean it up, paint it, and I'm gonna paint that fender well just like I did the front ones. Anyway, that's a quick update. Didn't get much done, a lot of work, a lot of exertion. But that's the way it goes. If I'd had well, I didn't really want to, I started to say if I had a cutting torch, I'd cut it off, but I didn't really want to use anything like that around the fuel tank. And when I was using the grinder, there was a lot of sparks from the grinder. I don't think it would cause any problem, but I'm still having a hard time with the room that was available in the in the fender well there. So I went to the saw, and the saw worked pretty good. All right, that's my Jeep out for now. See you next time. Good late afternoon. It's my Jeep. Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. And I got a late start today. We had quite a few things to do, shopping and a lot of running around, so I didn't get started till about 2:30. And so I'm not really doing too much. Yesterday, it's in the video. It hadn't been posted yet, but I was having a lot of trouble with these bolts back here. Anyway, I'm just doing some cleanup work. I got the shock out, and I got the spring out. I don't know, it looked like that isolator had melted. It was all in the spring and everything. Anyway, it's pretty bad. Anyway, I'm trying to get this isolator out. I'll get the remains of that. I got the rough country lift to put in here and a shock yet. So I'm going to do some cleaning up and painting inside this wheel well before I install anything. Let me show you the spring. I marked it right now so I know where the top is. But look, you see all that melted? I guess that's, I don't know if they glued the isolator in there or whatever that is, or if that's part of the isolator. If that's part of the isolator. There was a lot of heat in there at one time. Anyway, I got to clean that spring up, paint it, and I don't know if it really matters, but they said always make sure to put the springs back in the way they came out. It looks identical on both ends, but heck if I really know. And here's the bumper. It's pretty, if you look at it. Let me get in. You see how deteriorated. You can see it. how deteriorated this, I got new ones I'm gonna put in. Oh, right here. Got some new, I got 2 of these. I'm gonna replace them. These are heavy duty. And there's the lift and the shock for this side that I'm gonna put in. That'll probably go in tomorrow because I've got, this is gonna be the rest of this day. I'll probably work till about 5:30, another hour and a half or so. It's just gonna be cleanup and painting. But the thing is, I still haven't got these bolts out of this lower control arm, so I'm gonna be working on that too. All right, that's a quick update for my Jeep for today. Paul Stevens out. Good evening. It's about 10 minutes to 6 local. Wednesday. I believe it's April 14th, 2021. And I'm finishing up. Yeah, there's the old isolators and the bump stock that come out of the right rear. And come over here, I made a little progress. The bolts came out after gluing them up yesterday evening, letting them set overnight. And something I saw on YouTube, I hit them with a hammer a few times and I didn't have no problem getting them out. I got that control arm right off. Anyway, I went ahead and painted it up. I've got I don't have them bolted in yet. I just got the bolt in the hole, but I got the my rough country shock in place. Cleaning up the old spring, and after I clean up and have dinner, I may come back out here this evening before it gets dark and paint that so it'll be ready to go in tomorrow. And here's the right rear, well, here's for both sides, the rear lift kit, rough country lift kit that I'll be putting in on both sides. I don't know if I'll get to the driver's side tomorrow, but I'm definitely gonna try to finish up now, I'm not putting on my rear brakes yet. I know I've been saying we're getting ready to go on a trip. We had to delay it, but we are. And when I get back, I'll be putting on my brakes, and I may even put new axles in here. I haven't decided on that yet. I may or may not, I'm not really sure, but I want to get new bearings. And either got to pull out the axles and have them pressed in, or they don't seem to be that expensive. I could get new if I got to go to all of that trouble, I think I got to open up the differential to get these axles out, and I could put new axles in hubs that are already assembled. I believe that's what I understood, and go ahead and put those in. But anyway, the new lower control arms in. The shock is there. It's not installed yet, but it will be, and the spring is still out. Anyway, that's an update on my Jeep for Wednesday, April 14th. And that's it for today. My Jeep out. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. My Jeep out. Starting to look a little better, but it's all jacked up.